Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, in the last video, I did a experimental build on normal shots with Frostcraft, and it actually ended up being way better than anything Fatalis is possible of doing. And before that, I'd actually done one on Spread as well. So, of course, in this video, as you've seen in the title and the thumbnail, we are doing a Frostcraft Pierce build. Now, just to compare to the old build, which is what this is, so this is Fatalis armor, Transcendence. This is the kind of damage we're doing. So, just on a non-tenderized wagon, we're doing 31s and 15. Okay, now that is without any buffs that we have here, which I actually need to restock. Well, there's no buffs, and I don't have a mantle on, and yeah, I mean, I'd only get 2 attack from that, and obviously the food buffs are pretty good, and you can actually see here I don't have a food buff either. I just kept it completely normal, and the number is 31 with 15s as the piercing shots, right? So here is the new and updated build. Well, I guess I'll shoot the pole real quick, just to show you its damage. So Frostcraft starting hit is 38 and 19s, I think that was. I wasn't really paying attention to the aftershots, but whatever. Yeah, it must have been 38, 18. Okay, it's 38. You can see the aftershots and the initial shot, far more damage, and then you can see here, without any Frostcraft, it only does 1 point less damage, and that is because it has only slightly less attack boost. So technically, if I had more base attack boost, this would be doing more than Fatalis as well. In other words, Frostcraft is again better than Fatalis. So if you're going to use Fatalis armor, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, because Frostcraft is way stronger. Now, another thing I want to add is that the custom mods can be changed slightly. So you can see here I have Recall 1 and Normal Reload. You can actually take off the Recall 1 and go Recall 2 with a Power Barrel. I'm not sure how much this increases the damage. We're doing what, 38, 18? It added a few 19s in there, and that was it. So honestly, if you want that extra point of damage for a few of the pierces, go for it, but you shoot so much slower that it just isn't even worth it. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, you could do whatever you want. You could put Power Barrel there if you want, but personally I don't think it's really that good. So the build, let's see what we got. So starting off, here are the augments. Of course, this is a Fatalis weapon this time. The last one wasn't, but this one is, so we kind of have to, you know, dump crit everywhere. So we have an affinity augment, we have defense, we have health regen. You know, pretty standard stuff. Skills. If you didn't already notice, this is very, very similar to the last build. The biggest difference is that we have more slots in the weapon itself. So I decided to drop Mind's Eye, which I think is a good call, because honestly Pierce doesn't really need it. I don't even know if it really does anything for Pierce. So yeah, I just dropped that, and then I put in 2 maximum might jewels up here, because obviously we need more crit than the last gun that we used. So maximum might does that. Unfortunately, with all the crit that we have right here that you can see on the screen, this only gets us to 45%. So you can see here, if I go out, 45%. But because I decided to sacrifice 1 attack boost down there, we get another maximum might, which basically just cleans that up. Obviously you can rely on Agitator to clean it up as well. I just personally don't like having to wait for Agitator, or like having my affinity just randomly disappear partway through a fight. I don't know, it's just personal preference. You don't have to do the mighty jewel down here if you want to just rely on Agitator. That's up to you. Yeah, there's not really much to say about the build, because it's pretty much the same as the last one, and it's the same as all the other Fatalis ones. So that's the build. Now, I do want to show you what kind of damage this thing can do when it's buffed up. I will say it is very, very good. And that's awesome. The fact that Frostcraft is still better than Fatalis, even on Pierce, it just shows, like, oh, look at that damage. It just shows, what are we missing out on here? Like, what other things are being coveted by lack of knowledge, you know? Because we're all so focused on Fatalis armor. We're all like, Fatalis this, Fatalis that. The armor's so strong, the weapons are so strong. Well, obviously the weapons are. But the armor really isn't as strong as people think. It's just a very niche thing to have. So, yeah, I mean, obviously it's great. But I'm doing, like, well over 10 points more damage than anything Fatalis could possibly, pump out. Even with Agitator 7 and whatnot. I mean, if I'm already doing it now, and I haven't procced Coalescence 3 or Agitator 7, or Agitator 5 in this case, then yeah, you know that Frostcraft is wildly better. So, again, that's the build. Not really much else to show. I mean, it's just, that's it, you know. So of course I will show this against a monster. It probably won't be anything too crazy because I don't want these videos being too long. The last one was extremely long because I spoke for almost 10 minutes, and I probably ended up doing that again. So yeah, if you want to stick around for that, go ahead. If not, this is where the video ends for you. So, thanks for watching, and adios.